Hudah, what's up with the music, dude?
I'm trying not to laugh right out of the gate.
Dude, there was no music, by the way.
First, I'd like to apologize to OSF. I don't know if he's realized, but he's on a show that is so unprofessional and so terrible that we couldn't even get that off the air after such a long time. I'd like to apologize. Apologies, OSF.
I'm used to it. I'm definitely used to it, so it's all good. I feel at home.
Nice.
Unbelievable. I mean, the show's fitting. We call it the non-fungible idiots, and that's why. That's literally why. Hard to believe, though, dude. First off, dude, OSF, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, look, dude, you're our first ever guest on the afternoon show. We've been doing a show for a while now, and we just usually vibe. And I told you beforehand, we chat the space, we chat the current events, but we just, I don't know, never felt. I don't know. We just never brought a guest on for whatever reason.
Well, first of all, Hudah, can I jump in?
Yeah.
Was that your big intro for OSF?
No, I was warming up, man.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, I would just like to say I am honored to have OSF here. I'm honored to have you here. Thank you for blessing us. We are all big fans of yours. We're not just saying that now. We have said it before. So we would like to thank you on such a momentous day. If anything could get better for Henry, it would be having you join us. So thank you so much.
It's a very kind intro. I'm appreciative of you guys having me on for sure.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, when you really think about it, to have the election last night, 24 ounces of liquidated lime Rekt drink in my thermos. Unofficial. It's unofficial liquidated lime, by the way.
Hey, I've got some here.
Oh, look at that's a beautiful.
There we go.
Spot on. No, it's great to have him.
Have you observed that we have been playfully trolling and hitting you up with trying to get some Rekt drinks so we can review it on the show?
Yeah, we will definitely send you some. I haven't actually seen that, but we will definitely send you some. So after this, send me your guys.
And we'll pay for it. We'll pay for it.
No. We'll send you some. We'll send you some. Send me your guys' addresses, and we'll definitely get you some.
That's wild.
For a live review. We should have done it for this show. It would have been good, but next time.
Well, we talked about it always up. But what happens if we hated it? And you're there, and
even better, man. That's why the brand's called Rekt, man. Even better.
I love it. All right, so Edge, you're off the hook. Our buddy Edge, who's watching right now, he did get some. He ordered some cases. He was going to send us some, and we were going to do a live review. Regardless, this is even better. You should probably come on for that one too, at least for the quick review. But dude, that'd be fun as hell. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, I know Henry has to go right at the hour, and I want to be respectful of your time too. So we'll keep it not professional. We'll keep it moving. We'll say that at least. But let's start. Obviously, want to get into your stuff. No, fuck it. Let me start with you guys having a really big announcement, and we'll kind of wind back to the big sale last week. But you guys had a big announcement just this morning. A big old raise, man. First off, congrats. That's huge. A great group of investors too. GG's there, 1.5 million seed round here. Guys like Luca Nets, Zagabond, Seed Phrase. I mean, you guys. Here, I'll put it a little bigger for you guys. It's all the familiar faces, at least some of the great guys here in the space. So GG's there. How did that come to be? And what is that like for you? Because is this your first business?
Yeah, it is. Like my background is not in entrepreneurship or running businesses. And like I used to work in finance. I was just like a trader at a bank for about 10 years. So like starting a business and doing drinks, which is something I literally have zero experience in, has definitely been quite a big challenge, but it's fun. It's definitely like I'm definitely in the fuck around and find out category of things. Yeah. But it's been cool to get stuck in. And yeah, we wanted to, we actually gifted equity in our company to NFT holders earlier this year, to Rekt holders.
Yes. And when are you going to be arrested and sued for this? I mean, what's happening? Like, how does that, Ovi, how does that look? Like,
yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, everyone asked this question, but the way that we did it is we took a snapshot back in October that was unannounced. We never gave any future value to the NFTs, and we actually did it under an SEC exemption in the US. You can use the crowdfunding exemption in the US, and we executed it with an SEC registered dealer broker. So everyone was KYC'd. It was all done and filed with the SEC. So it was actually in a weird way done in like the most like legit way possible, which is kind of funny because of how difficult it is to do these things. But it was a one-time equity claim, and if you buy an NFT or sell an NFT, you're not trading equity. It's just like a one-time claim. So we're not able to do it again, basically. But that's how we kind of got around it and did it.
That's got to be first off, awesome to be able to operate that way, knowing you checked all the boxes, like you did it, like it's kosher, you did it the right way. Because so many people, I'm sure, are building and they have no clue. They have no idea. And that's part of really everything that's happening right now in crypto. People are trying to build, they want to build, they want the guidelines, and they just don't have them. So sometimes you say, fuck it, and you do it anyways, and you see how it plays out. But yeah, again, I think you did it in sounds like a really, really safe way. So it must be nice having like a clear conscience or head, whatever, going forward here, right?
Yeah, that was the idea. I think, look, we wanted to raise capital, but I think in the past for NFT projects, you've had instances where capital has been raised and then it comes at the cost of the NFT holders because they end up being the consumer, and it's like, oh shit, we got to sell more NFTs to make money and give value to investors. So I think what we wanted to do is, okay, let's just give our NFT holders some equity and then let's go and raise capital. And we actually didn't take any VC or institutional money. It was all done from angels and community. But that way we now have everyone on the same level playing field. So we have our NFT holders who have equity, we have us as founders who are in equity, and then we have our investors who also in equity. So everyone's on like the same team basically. And then it allows us to go out there and, anything that we do that's successful, if we sell a bunch of drinks, at least we can say, our community actually owns a piece of this company now and have real economic potential benefits from it, I think.
Now, honestly, looking at what you've like kind of your timeline, is it me, or are you like the most lucky? Like your timeline seems to line up with really good decisions at really good times, doesn't it? I mean, other than, I think you guys talked about like you quitting your job at the all-time high of ETH, and then then basically disappeared and ruined that for us all. Other than that, like the Bored Apes, the Rekt drinks selling out on the eve, like it's all quite fascinating. Either you're the smartest guy in the world or like the luckiest guy in the world. Like, what's your thoughts on like I guess would you agree that you've been very fortunate, and what do you think that's attributed to, I guess?
I think I'm definitely not the smartest guy in the world. So I'll be the first to admit that. And
yeah, I figured that. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Shit, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And historically, I've actually always felt I've been really unlucky in life. All the way up until 2021. Like, I think I've just lived a life of like bad luck.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's almost like I've just stored all this bad luck for my whole life. And just as soon as 2021 hit, everything just changed. And I started like having really good luck, and, mainly just in the space in crypto and NFTs and stuff. So it's not, sometimes something might seem like it's good timing or it's well planned, but at the end of the day, I'm just sort of like going with feeling rather than with sense sometimes. And I guess, you get a feeling of like when it's time to ramp up on risk, or when it's time to get more aggressive, when it's time to pull back, and you kind of let the market tell you that. But yeah, it's, a lot of it, any business that you start is, a lot of luck, and I'm the first to admit we've had a lot of it, I think.
It's probably why you've done so well here. This space is I think extra rewarding for people who can sense like momentum and the right timing and whatever. But it's cool because you do hear a lot of people who found like next level success, a different kind of success. It feels like home. It's just there's something special about this space, which is cool. What was it like? What was it like dropping the product? Which, by the way, you had a previous release, like a smaller, like more limited release, or was this the first drop of the Rekt drink?
Yeah, so we manufactured a smaller amount, about 10,000 cans in January, and that was kind of like the test. It was like we had this idea. We spent a few months producing the drink, and then it's kind of like, well, I have no idea if people will like it, if they will like the taste, if they like how it looks, if they kind of like the concept of it. So we manufactured a trial run of 10K, and we took it to Paris, to NFT NYC. We had them at a few different events, had it obviously in London as well. And we got really good feedback from it. I think there was like one dude in Paris who like had a drink, took a sip, walked up to me and said, "I don't like this."
It was Joe.
No. It was not me. I like.
Actually,
Can I say what I like about it? And I haven't even tried it yet.
Yeah.
I'm paranoid that water has too much plastic in it. I love that it's in a can, first and foremost. Secondly, I'm
Sorry.
so sorry. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
You know, yeah. Keep going, Joe. Keep going.
Are you sure the 3 words that I said bothered you, or what happened? I've said literally 3 words, and it was a.
Have you ever seen the videos of the aluminum cans when they strip away the aluminum?
Okay. Point taken. We all know. So yes, I'm a stupid fuck. And Ovi made a bad decision. Thank you, Henry. Feel free to chime in anytime.
I did not say that.
No, but I like that there's like pineapple in it. Like there's a little bit of a twist, you know. As far as I know, I'm dying to try it, so I'm excited for that. So that's really exciting. And Henry, Hudah, I know that we don't want to make this like an interview, but can we at least give a little bit of a background on Ovi?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it can morph into an interview. This show just does whatever the show wants to do. By the way, I didn't realize again until last week that it's like it's a sparkling drink, right? I thought it was an energy drink, which I've been trying to get really healthy. You too. I know you've been doing like this burpee challenge, right?
Yeah.
How's that going? Ovi, how's that going?
Well, I stopped doing it because
God damn it.
people when I started doing it, Bitcoin started to drop. It went all the way to like 52K, and everyone was commenting, reply guy saying, ever since you started this, Bitcoin started to tank. I didn't do it for one day, and Bitcoin went up like 5%. So I was like, okay, maybe
we put that to the test.
Yeah.
Should we knock a couple out right now? See,
dude, I haven't done it for about 6 weeks, and look at Bitcoin in that time. Just saying.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
I told you he's got some sort of weird juju that like
yeah,
the world.
Here's what we do then. Okay, when we get to the review of the drink, if Bitcoin needs a little something or we want to test it, then we'll do it. We'll knock some out and see what happens to the price. We'll save it for that. But yeah, let's give a little background. And you mentioned in crypto 2020, 2021. And it's okay. You're not just with, actually, this is gonna be great for you to kind of clarify for the audience. You're not just with Rekt drinks. It's a lot more, right? Rekt guys, it's Rekt brands. Do you want to walk us through kind of the history of I guess the projects?
Yeah, for sure. Like, so my background, I used to be a trader. I worked at an investment bank for about 10 years, just in TradFi. And I got into crypto pretty late. Jan 21 is when I first bought Bitcoin. So pretty late into the game, but very soon after that, just jumped into NFTs, basically. Just seemed like the natural thing every DGen was doing in 2021. And started collecting NFTs, trading them, all that kind of stuff. I used to like make and draw a lot of digital art when I was younger, when I was a teenager. So after getting back into NFTs, I was like, oh, yeah, maybe let me like draw some stuff, because I haven't done it for 15 years. And back then I didn't have an iPad to draw. I just used like my mouse to draw on like Photoshop, and it was just terrible quality basically. So I was like, oh, cool, I can actually use an iPad now to draw stuff. So started putting out some art, and it kind of like it started picking up and went well. And then really just spent my evenings and weekends working on Rekt Guy. It was a recurring character in all the art pieces I had, and I thought it would be cool to be a PFP project. So in May 2022, we ended up launching Rekt Guy, and it was a free mint, like zero roadmap. I never really had the intention to make it anything. It was just sort of like a fun project on the side. But I guess that was right when the market crashed and everything puked, and the collection was called Rekt Guy, and it just had that timing. Good again, good timing.
Yeah.
Which made it catch that virality, I think. So, yeah, since then we've just built a really strong community, and that's, this year we created Rekt Brands, which is the company that will own all the IP and revenues to this stuff, and that's where we gifted equity to our holders. And Rekt Drinks basically is the first project out of Rekt Brands.
It's really weird.
Did you guys remember who the first guy in our group was to get into Rekt Guys?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it was me.
Patrick James, right?
Patrick James,
Yeah.
2160.
Yeah.
Yep.
He tried to get us in, and I don't know why we didn't. It's just one of those ones that I know I missed. I just missed it.
He was bullish on it from the very beginning, and Patrick's like a great trader, really smart guy. And so like he wasn't this degen that was just like getting into some random stuff. He liked quality. That was the first time like I really saw it, and he spoke highly of it from.
He sounded the alarms.
Beginning.
Yeah,
he did sound the alarms. Yep.
What's weird? The weirdest thing hearing about Ovi saying that he had really bad luck up until he hit crypto. Like because he's doing so well right now, it's such a weird sort of dynamic. Like, I'm wondering if there is like if you follow the right path, good shit happens to you. Like, I wonder if there's something to that. I don't know if anyone believes in that sort of fate type of shit, but it's interesting that is, because like, and in the timeline, I think that like you were sort of a hero / anti-hero with like basically the Bored Apes that you ended up taking a bunch of the offers for, which potentially was like semi-controversial, but I think the cool people were like, fuck yeah, amazing job on that. So I know that like on some level, there's like, you are definitely one of these people in the space that is very I don't know, looked up to and has done really significant, cool things, and it just keeps on happening. Like 225 Rekt drinks is really quite amazing to think about selling that out. Rekt guy, even during that sort of bear market, like was one of those projects that just kind of held on. You know what I mean? And so, like, I think you more than other people. I don't know if this is right or not, but community seems to be major part of what makes you successful a lot of times. So that's really interesting to me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I get a lot of flowers, but none of this is possible without a strong community, I think. And I don't know, we're just so lucky because we've never really had anyone who's complained or fudded or been like, you guys should do this and that. Like, we've really, really had a great community. And like, I know that there's this thing where founders are scared to go into the Discord because they're worried about people who are going to complain,
or they think they're too cool for it a little bit.
Or they think they're too cool for it, yeah. And
like, I'm busy, you guys. I'm doing all this crazy shit.
Exactly. But I've never been like that. Like, for me, I'm actually friends. I've made friends through our community, and I'm friends with lots of people in our community. I've met many of them in real life, including Patrick, who's one of them as well. And for me, our Discord is like this massive group chat with all my friends, and we just post memes and banter in it. Like, it's pretty funny. So I think that's kind of been part of the success, where like, I feel like I've just really made friends with the community, and it hasn't really been like, oh, I'm a founder, you're the community, and we have this founder community relationship. It's just been like, just banter really in the Discord for about 2.5 years. And I think it's only now we're starting to try and like, I'm like, guys, we have to be a bit more serious, because if other people look in from the outside and they see these like, and some of the memes are like pretty out there, pretty crazy. It's like, okay, we're gonna like stop on the crazy memes and stuff. But I just think because we've just been a big group of mates really this whole time, that's one of the reasons why it's worked. And I think you need that. You need as a founder, you need to feel like you can chat to your community without being scared or worried that they're gonna yell at you or act entitled or anything like that. And we're just very lucky that we have a great community who's never really like that, I think.
You guys are like one of the OG cults, like Murad talks about, cults and how that's kind of the things that succeed going forward. And you guys had that in a way. You kind of probably started with that, and then things unfold from there, including, I think you guys got a token coming. Is it an actual like crypto called Rekt, or is that like an off-chain kind of thing?
Yeah, on that stuff, I have to refrain from officially talking about it. So as in you guys will see some stuff out there, and as and when things happen, that they happen. But yeah, like, I think Murad's thesis is something that I've really strongly believed in. And I've been in some of the coins that he's spoken about as well, and they've been the most successful ones. And I don't think he's saying anything new. I think lots of people have realized this. I mean, Bitcoin itself is like the OG cult, right? But
yeah,
he's just packaged it and described it in a way that people really understand it. And I really do feel like Rekt guy fits within his thing, because, this is something that started as a free mint in the middle of a bear market and came out pretty strong. Like, we actually strengthened our community in that time. So I think we fit within his bucket, but
was it weird for you to go from like flipping and selling NFTs to have to transition to shit coins and meme coins? And like, because I know like that's kind of like we all were, and now it's a totally different game. Was it difficult? Did it take a little time? Like, how do you feel about that transition?
It was a bit it was a little bit tricky, because I think in 21, shitcoins were around in 21 and people made a lot of money, but I didn't really trade any liquid tokens. It was all NFTs. And the first shitcoin I ever bought was Pepe last year.
Yeah.
And after that, I kind of started to, realize that it was actually better to trade than NFTs because they were more liquid. You had liquidity to like buy and sell, and prices would still move pretty aggressively. So at the beginning, it's always hard to understand, what do I buy? There's so many coins. How do I know which one's going to do well and which one's not? But it was the same argument with NFTs. And I think the more time you spend doing it, the better you get at it, right? So I don't know. Like, I think there's something that I miss about like minting an NFT project, and then you don't know what mints you're going to get, and you get the reveal and you get something rare. And, that feeling I think is still amazing. And I don't think.
And the fucking the profits on those were fucking astronomical compared to shitcoins from my perspective. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a crazy, you know what I mean? Like what you would get on that.
I mean, yeah, those days you could just go out there and mint like a shitload of a project, and you'd be almost like probability, by law of probability, you'd be guaranteed to get like 5 or 6 things that were rare, and then you'd sell them for like great profits. And then, but then it changed because people started doing allow lists, which is definitely better for the projects themselves. But you could only ever mint one, or you had to like sell your soul to get an allow list spot and all that kind of stuff. That game kind of changed, I think.
Can I say why I don't like shitcoins? I'd like to get in what Murad says. I mean, you've heard it all before, but like the thesis that I remembered from him was the majors were all overvalued, and so that overvalue, just because they're overvalued, will go to shitcoins, which in my view, like, I don't necessarily know why, if something's overvalued, it automatically will spill to some weird shit coin. Like,
I think that's only part of it, though. I think what he was saying was the value of it, even if it was overvalued, the value was still like the memeability of it. We're talking like the altcoins, the big ones like AVAX and whatever, like these other, they're major tokens, but it was people speculating on them. It was people like buying Ripple and then vibing with the community, having fun, pumping prices. And it's like, when people realize that's all it was, and that the tech probably doesn't deserve that kind of valuation, like probably just makes sense. It goes back to pure memes, and that it flows that way, which I see. I buy it. I'm you guys know I'm with them.
I love shitcoins. Like I enjoyed when we used to do mints. They were a lot of fun. To your point, like you get a rare. It's a ton of.
You like coins more than NFTs? Is that what you're about to tell me?
No, I don't want to say that I love them more. I just feel like as the years have gone on and the evolution of Web3 has started to like occur in front of our eyes, it took some years to be like, oh, okay, this was super fun. It's not as fun anymore because like the money's not there.
Right.
And so I think the reality is like we all realized, listen, we all were super happy about like what could Web3 be? We're going to be living in the metaverse. There's going to be stores in there. We're going to have our fucking Google glasses on or Apple Vision, whatever. Yeah. And it like didn't happen. So we stripped all that shit away and we just got to like the core of what a lot of people are here for, which is like you make some friends. It's a lot of fun to do this with people that like are in it for the same reasons. We all have a lot of common interests. And so it took some years to get out of NFTs and be like, to Ovi's point, like 21, the shit coins were there, but then there's people who made a killing on them. And some of us might've like messed around with them a little bit. I remember Wiz's calls jumping into shit that Wiz was like putting out there, but like, it wasn't my thing. Cause I felt like I was too good for them. Like, no, I'm keeping it classy.
Hey, that's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at now. I still feel like I'm too good for these things.
This doesn't feel any different than like it's jumping into a public pool. Some kids have taken a piss in it. There's probably some chlorine that's killing it. I'm not so good that I'm not willing to jump in the pool. I'm in. I like it. It's fun. Yeah. There's memes in it. It's fun. And if NFTs come back, which I think we all think they will in a cycle. Like there'll be a cycle where they come back, and it could be some OG Ethereum stuff. It's probably going to be ordinals. That'll be fun too. If this pauses for a bit and we get back into that, that's a ton of fun. We already know that game, but it's been fun learning this new game.
Okay, I got to ask then, Ovi, do NFTs come back the way they happened in 21, 22? Do we get that cycle, or do we get bigger, better at some point? And do you think if it does, is that this cycle?
I think they do come back. In my opinion, I think we're still quite. For a while, I thought, oh, we're late in the cycle, and things are going to roll over. But now I think we, with the Trump win, you have to say it, I think it's the start of something a lot bigger, in my opinion. I do think NFTs come back because, for me, NFTs are more than just the financial speculation and nihilistic parts of it. I think humans have collected things literally since the history of time. It's just human nature to want to collect and own things. And I think people gain a much stronger emotional attachment to NFTs than they do to shitcoins and meme coins and stuff. So the thing that works really well with meme coins is when people feel like they're part of a movement. And again, that's the whole Murad thesis, like GameStop, people, it was more than just like buying GameStop for a meme coin. It was like, this is a fight against the hedge funds and against the big guys on Wall Street. Like, it's a movement, right? And I think NFTs really captured some of that aspect last time. So I do believe they'll come back, and I believe some of the projects of 2021 will also come back and do well. It doesn't take a lot to get NFTs going, like these collections are 10K collections with, most of them have 2% supply listed. It doesn't take that much capital to get things moving. And I think once people have done really well on meme coins and altcoins and the majors, they'll start to look at spending money on NFTs, because you want to be like, hey, here's my super rare CryptoPunk that I'm going to flex because this is how much money I made this cycle. I think we'll get to that point again.
I'm so sorry. I blacked out when he said Trump won.
Oh, yeah. No.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Henry. And I guess I'm congratulating Ovi, because from the posts he had on Twitter, it seems as if he's happy about this.
I'm not American. I don't live in the US, so I can organize my bags and it's fine. So.
No, but congratulations, Henry. The one positive thing, other than our bags being doing well last night, was that I could picture in my mind you pleasuring yourself with that hat on after the announcements of
eating cupcakes or something, like crumbs all over myself.
Yeah. And your hairy, disgusting. Yeah, that's
taking shit exactly. out. My wife called me this morning. It was funny because like I didn't know what her reaction was going to be. She's obviously not a Trump fan. Right. And she was just like, hey, I just wanted to call you to like congratulate you. And I know like you're really happy about it. So I'm happy that you're happy about it. And I was like, oh, well, okay. Fair enough.
What's really great?
It was her concession speech.
Yeah, what's really great is that she didn't say that the election was rigged, and she just congratulated you. So that's really nice, and that's what good people do.
She said to me the other day, picking up on this crypto stuff, and she just said, if Trump gets in, when is the generational wealth?
Yes.
My wife said like the same thing to me just a few hours ago. She's like, did we make it?
Yeah. By the way, OSF, just some context. Like one of my kids, my 13-year-old, I think, or one of them. I have 3 teenage girls.
He doesn't even like them. It's horrible.
One of them blurted out, I don't know, 6 weeks ago about how my Genesis Kongs were worth a lot of money at the height of the market. Like,
Speaking of that, before can I just jump in real quick? Does Ovi know who we are? Like, have we introduced ourselves to him?
Officially, kind of at the beginning, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
You missed that, Joe. You were a little late. It's okay.
Yes, because there was an excuse, and I was there. Whatever. I would say to Ovi, you know that you've worked with one of us in the past. Can you name who that person was?
And let's even help here too. So Henry,
you motherfucker, you just cut me the fuck off. I was going on it. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking.
It was.
So Henry works with the Cyber Kongs on the Council of Kongs. You've been with them for years at this point. Joe, formerly with VFriends, and then me with Crypto Slam. And again, you worked with somebody here at some point.
I would guess maybe Joe with VFriends. I did something with VFriends last year.
You know what? You are absolutely right. Hudah just gift wrapped that for you.
Oh shit!
Because it's the only project I've worked with out.
Yeah, god damn it.
I would say this. Can I say this? I did sign an NDA with VFriends. I'm no longer with them, but I will say Ovi was not just amazing, but like one of the ones that was like memorably cool. Business savvy as fuck. Like he did things that other people didn't do, and it was for the community, I would say, for his community, I would say, which is really fucking cool. So just props to you, and it's good to see you again. And you know, I'm not disappointed that it wasn't like immediate that you knew me. You know what I mean? Like you were like, that was that awesome guy.
Joe, I booked you a room for after the show. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good. But Ovi, what do you think about the Trump victory? Like, what do you? I know that like you were saying that the headhunting from like Coinbase and these sort of entities that are trying to do right are no longer going to be kind of demonized or like you know, gone after, I guess. But I'm kind of curious on like what your thoughts of the benefits of this presidency would be to make me feel better after last night. I need some positivity if you could.
Yeah, it's quite a wide spectrum. You have at one end, you have, okay, maybe he doesn't do anything, but they take the foot off the gas in terms of trying to clamp down on the likes of Coinbase and Ripple and all these guys. The other end of the spectrum is he carries through what he says, and he makes Bitcoin a reserve currency, and the US actually starts buying Bitcoin instead of selling their Bitcoin. And that, I think, makes a ton of sense to me because, I mean, the US is what, the second largest holder of Bitcoin. It has probably worth about $15 billion worth of Bitcoin right now. And so if the US now turns around and says, oh, by the way, we're not selling any of our Bitcoin, we've actually made it reserve currency and we're going to start buying some, every other sovereign nation has to FOMO into that trade because they're otherwise going to have a, you know, strategic disadvantage versus the US. And the US already is one of the largest holders, so it just benefits from it. So as like a business person, that's what I would do. And I don't know, it just depends on how aggressive he wants to be in doing that. Obviously, saying all this crypto stuff kind of he was able to obtain a specific demographic of people that they were targeting, which was, you know, like 25 to 45-year-old males, which they managed to achieve. So now we see if he actually meant it and carries through on his promises, or it was just, you know, hearsay. So I think like just because of the fact that Gary Gensler probably will go, and
Thank
we will
God.
probably, and we will see less like attacks on the sector. That in itself, I think, is extremely positive. But the real like upside is if they start creating a task force to actually encourage, I think, the development and productivity of crypto and make the US like a crypto force rather than, you know, a crypto enemy, I think.
Yeah, there's been these there's been like, you know, inside in the industry, there's a lot of chatter behind the scenes about people from overseas like making phone calls over here, a lot of talk about investments. Like it's just something that just ramped up. It's been happening for months, people talking about what happens if Trump wins, and all of a sudden that he won, it's like it's escalating quickly. It's just a lot of conversations about the again, the kind of money that's going to come in here. This is Mike Novogratz. What is he? The CEO of Galaxy, saying that this, specifically Trump winning the election, is going to bring hundreds of billions into this ecosystem. And that's the energy you feel behind the scenes. It feels like everybody was waiting. They were ready to cut checks, and it sounds like now they're going to start writing those checks, which is really
also
exciting.
If he does nothing, if he does absolutely nothing that he promised, or strategic reserves, any of that, and all he does is replace Gensler, which he will. Like, Gensler is not going to get fired. He's going to resign. If he does nothing but put forward a solid Republican candidate for commissioner, Hester Pierce, leads my list. Just that in and of itself,
that's the only list you have. Your list is one name, and it could just say like anything on the top of it. So like that's
no. She's awesome. She's been a supporter. She was at Bitcoin Nashville talking. Like she has been. She had not Ordinals Asia. She was somewhere else. NFT NYC it was. She's been a huge supporter, and if you read any of her dissents against like Stoner Cats, against impact theory, like she understands it. If you actually read her dissents, you understand, like she understands the collectible aspect of NFTs, and like, why are we going after this any more than we're going to go after Beanie Babies or Star Wars figurines from the 1970s? So that in and of itself, I think, unshackles creators, founders to be able to start doing shit that they may have wanted to do, but we're fearful, like, if we do this, we don't know what's going to happen, and then we're going to have to litigate. Everything else is a bonus in my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
By the way, just reading through the chat, there's at least a few people who are Rekt Guy holders and are really excited to see you on here, and they're regulars. So it's a cool awesome. It's a cool moment. It's a cool freaking moment. So yeah.
What's the current floor on Rekt, guys? By the way,
It's like 0.51 or something.
Yeah,
God,
5, yeah, around 0.5, yeah.
okay,
yeah.
that's reasonable. That's
Dude,
like that's
It's not zero.
It's
ain't
not.
zero.
No. That's a listen. We all know, right? Like Ethereum NFT project from 21, like to hold a half ETH floor. It takes a community. So no respect for that. That's a juicy price to get into.
There was
absolutely.
there was a guy. This is I shouldn't even talk, but like because the story is like I know no names, I don't even know the subject sort of situation. But there was a senator, I believe, who they were talking about it, and there was like this really well-regarded senator, Sumner, I think, or I forget what his name is, but there was another guy that was like a Mercedes-Benz salesman, and they were like this fucking guy that like dedicated his life to politics, went through the ranks, like was best friends with, like every cool thing you could have done in politics. And another guy, they were like, yeah, he sold Mercedes-Benz or whatever, and then they were like, oh, but he also made a fortune on crypto. So
that was like, Ohio. Sherrod Brown, and
right,
he's the guy who got ousted. And that was awesome. I think he invested in blockchain tech,
which I thought was really cool. That they were like, whatever. I mean, obviously, strap in for 4 years of chaos, 4 years of like just debauchery, terrible morality, just Henry being unsufferable, happy, but whatever. I'm just saying that like. There is that, but I am excited for some of the things, and I hope it works out well for our bags.
Shit, Joe, I've just realized who you are.
Yeah.
it's taken me this long to realize.
Were you like searching your emails or something?
No,
like that?
I was like, why don't I recognize this guy? But I think you just look a lot better than when I last saw you. Like you've lost weight. Yeah.
You know what it was? Ovi, I did a 100-day burpee challenge, and I actually finished it.
No, but seriously, you look good, man. Like you look so different to the last time I spoke to you or saw you. So
yeah, I appreciate that. I did lose weight, but I'm gaining it back, which is a bummer. And I cut my hair, so yeah, it was different. But yeah, dude, thank you. It's great, and you look. I mean, come on, dude, you look good all the fucking time. I mean, hair is just amazing.
Save it for the room, Joe. Save it, okay? You gotta leave a little in the tank, bro.
All right, well, perfect time for a question here. You got this tattoo when Rekt guy hit a certain price, like floor price? Is that what's up?
That was him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a joke. It was like I think we were like 0.1 ETH or something. It's like if Rekt guy hits 1 ETH, I'll get a tattoo, and then like loads of our community signed up to it as well, and obviously ended up hitting 1 ETH. So yeah, there's probably like 30 or 40 people out there that all have Rekt guy tattoos.
Bro, I thought this was somebody pushing up the hair on their scalp that they got it on their head.
His neck, dude.
No, it's a chest. It's under the
chest.
Yeah. I just noticed it. I was like, wow, somebody like got Rekt guys on their head.
Yeah. Well, it's fucking cool. What's the next target? Somebody was asking in the chat. Who was that, by the way? Was that
the
Edge?
Next one is 4.2 and
beautiful.
But that's like everyone gets butt tattoos.
No, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I missed this part. What has to hit 4.2 for the butt tattoos?
The floor.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
It's quite far away.
That can happen though.
Yeah,
it doesn't take much.
You never know. Yeah, you never know.
Oh, by the way, Ovi, I just wanted to congratulate you for being a dad. I know that's
thank you.
New. We're all dads here, and I have a 5.5-month-old now, so and a 5-year-old. But just wanted
Joe.
Sorry.
It's just a 5.5-month-old. This is the second time you've done that.
Did I say year?
You said a 5.5-month-year-old.
Everyone knew what the fuck I was talking. It does not matter, Henry. Just let it go, bro. Come on. Unbelievable.
Just 5.5 months.
Unbelievable.
They're really good friends, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we do.
Do we come across as we're not?
Yes.
You come across as like a married couple, I would say. That's the best way to describe it.
That's adorable. Yeah.
You know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like, you know how you don't listen at all to when Mando talks during the show, and he's like, yeah, that's Henry. Like Henry just sits there, doesn't listen to anything we say, and he chimes in when something excites him. But yeah.
All right. Okay. Speaking of Mando,
we love each other.
Is he part of this? I should know this, man. I sure shit should know this. Is he part of Rekt Guy? Did he launch that with you? Like, who is on the team? Rekt Guy, Rekt Drinks, Rekt Brands.
Yeah. So when we originally launched Rekt Guy, it was myself, Mando, My brothers actually did the smart contract work for it, and they're not really. I mean, one of them's in crypto now. We had Alien Queen as well, who did some of the artwork. So that was the team, and over time we've had lots of different other projects that we've all been working on together. So we just felt like we were better off just focusing on individual projects rather than spreading ourselves too thin. So Mando's working on other stuff within what we do, and I'm mainly focusing on Rekt Guy. And I'd say there's two other people on the team now, myself, someone called Tabs and someone called Mia, who are we're like the three full-time people on it. That's the main team. But definitely want to shout out our mods and community managers, Sasha, Byrne, Hyena. Like those guys have been here since day zero, basically, and stuck around and played a huge part in it as well. So yeah, that's team right. So to answer your question, like Mando is technically part of the team, but he's not really a day-to-day operator in it at the moment. And he's focusing on other stuff.
Awesome.
He was doing Epic. He does the Epic.
Yeah, and are you doing Epic too? Are you also involved in that?
Not so much, really. Like I was doing the memes for a little bit, but then I got banned. I got fired from doing the memes because my memes were a bit too. I was pushing the boundary a little bit too much, and he was like, "No, we can't post this stuff."
No, you guys are great shit posters, good memers, like really fucking good. Like
too many penises and stuff. Yeah.
Do you guys want to get in the trenches a little bit? Talk some meme coins. It's kind of just fitting. It's kind of what's going on now. And no, I saw you did.
No, I don't.
Well, not you. I wasn't talking to you, Joe. I know you. But no, like OSF, I saw you did like an election stream, and you did talk some meme stuff. Like, do you play in the trenches? Are you deep in there?
Yeah, I've historically always loved being in the trenches. I think in the last, as the Rekt stuff has grown, I've had less and less time to do it. And really what's happened is someone says, "Hey, you should buy this coin," and I go and buy it, and I forget about it because I'm doing other stuff, and I come back, I've lost 99%. It's like, oh, great. So you have to really be switched on. It's kind of like I mean, given how sophisticated this trench market is now with pump.fun and tools like BullX and Photon, you have to really be glued to your screen 24/7.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like, with NFTs, they were so great to trade at the beginning because you could just buy stuff and hold it and it would go up. Yeah. And then it got really complicated with using tools like Nansen and auto snipes and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like that's what has happened with meme coins. Like, the easy money has kind of disappeared a little bit, and you have to really be focused on it. And I just don't have the time at the moment, so I'll still dabble a little bit. But
I know that I saw you on Rekt Radio today, but you were on Rug Radio Daily. Did you step away to kind of deal with Rekt Radio?
Yeah. So that was it was a daily show I was doing for an hour every day, and I stepped away from that because just needed more time on the Rekt stuff, really. So
by the way, to your point, I remember at NFT NYC 23. Was it 23, 24? It was recently, within the last year, before I was really shit coining. I saw everybody just walking around like this. You're at a party and there's just somebody on the floor and they're just glued. And I talked to one of our holders about it. What was he doing? And he just was Telegram bot. I don't know which one. And he just couldn't let it go, which I totally understand now. Completely understand it. Absolutely glued to it. He's like, dude, if you get in, he's like, it's so bad. It's so addicting. And the other day at the gas station, I saw some guys getting scratch-off tickets, and they kept coming back. And I remember thinking lesser of them. I was like, these fucking guys are just scratching shit off. And then I'm thinking oh my God, it's all I'm doing. It's all I'm doing is shit coins. It's a virtual scratch-off.
Now that you're have a kid, because one of the things I've noticed about you whenever I'm hearing stuff about you and hearing you talk, the word risk comes out quite a bit, risk. And then there's also I know that you did the 4 horsemen or the 4 clansmen of the crypto, apocalypse or whatever.
What is that?
Is some of his art, his early art. Was it the first thing that you did, or was that?
That's something I did for Coinbase. Do this thing called Most Influential every year, but it's most influential people within crypto, and then they get artists to depict them, basically.
Yeah.
So that one was that was the year of SBF, Mashinsky.
Yeah. Do you do things? Suzu, do you make trades anymore that makes you scared? When was the last time you made a trade that was oh fuck, let's see how this goes, and I'm nervous about it? And then do you like those dudes? I know that you like risk. I know that you like that type of thing. Do you like the dudes that are kind of that cross the line from risk to kind of criminal, I guess you could say, or do you kind of like that ballsiness that's going on there? Does that? I don't know if that makes sense at all, but please just answer it.
I haven't. I felt like probably last year was when I felt like I was really balls deep into crypto, and it was when like the BlackRock stuff got announced, but prices weren't really moving, and I bought like a ton of Pepe before meme coins really kicked off, and I was like, man, like I've got a lot of money in this, and if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be like, shit, this is gonna like impact me. So, since the beginning of this year, obviously stuff went a lot higher, and I took profits and kind of got myself to a position where I felt pretty comfortable. So I felt less like worried about stuff, I think. And I've had some big positions this year, and I still do now, but it's kind of like, well, I feel like I'm playing more with house money now rather than stuff where it's like, if this all goes to zero, I'm gonna be like, fuck. So that feeling of like, I sort of do miss that feeling of like, oh, everything's on the line, but also your risk appetite drops when you have a child as well, like all that kind of stuff like changes, I think. And then the second part of your question, I don't know, like those, I'm definitely like, I believe in doing things the right way. I believe in not being a criminal. Like, so I think I'm all for like taking big risks and stuff, but I think it has to be done in a way that's legal, and that's not just legal but also ethical. Like it's one thing to take a lot of risk and do it with your own money. It's another thing to do it with other people's money.
So you think you can succeed big and be ethical still, right? Like you think that you can win.
Absolutely, 100%. 100%. You don't need to cheat to succeed. Maybe if you cheat, you can make more money more quickly, but eventually you'll get found out. Like you don't always last, I think. So I feel like I've always done things the right way and have had like reasonable success, and I think you can do it. Like I think it's very possible.
Very cool, man. Thank you. That was cool.
I want to throw something up on the screen, kind of in the I don't know, I guess in the meme coin, in the fucking meme coin territories here. Did you guys see what the Hudah girl maybe launched a coin today?
I did see that.
What? This was I kind of saw it playing out, and I wasn't able to follow along with it, but she was tweeting it started with this tweeting, showing off some coins she's in, asking what she should be in. And then I saw a Murad reply, and you get his typical his list, there it is, SPX, Giga, Apu, Mog, all the awesome tokens, and I think all of them are going to come. You know that one, right?
No, I never heard that one. No.
It's the ticker's actually Bitcoin, and it's an awesome token. It's got that's the one that's got the NFT with it. That's called Sproto Gremlins. Right. Yeah. Awesome collection. I love that shit. And then there's a Hudah token. I can't remember the name of it. Do you guys remember?
I'm pretty sure it's called Hudah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's
is that the one. Oh, well, I think it's that one. Anyway, meme coin launched. 50% of the supply is in her wallet. I wonder if we got worked. I don't know yet. This is kind of happening like really recently. Although I saw Tyler, the fucking incredible Tyler, retweeted it. She's saying it's not her token. Do we believe her?
You said she has half the supply?
She has half the supply because somebody could have sent it to her, and I would guess that happened. But I did see tweets out there, like Zach XBT had replied to it saying that like he was expecting something like this. So I'm going to look for that tweet. But
do you think Ansom's involved in this somehow, or?
I mean,
sorry, I don't want to get controversial with OS.
I think she's been gearing up for a token for a while because she just keeps posting memes and all that kind of stuff, and she seems to have these Solana people following her. So I don't think that was actually her token, but I do think she will launch a token. And it seems like whoever is advising her, I'm assuming it's not her, but whoever is advising her understands that she can't just like launch a quick pump and dump thing. So we'll see if it's something that does well or not. Like I think 99.999% of celeb tokens suck, but I think Iggy Azalea has actually done a pretty good job on hers. So
is she still kind of involved?
She's still doing it. Like it's not up there with the biggest tokens, but to be fair to her, I think, and I was like critical of it at the beginning, but to be fair to her, she's actually putting a real effort on it, I think. So
dude, she's like working her ass off. It's really impressive. If others can come in and copy whatever, just even her work ethic, great. Come in that way. Like that.
Can I bitch about Hudah for a second?
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. My views are my own. Definitely not Ovi's. So she's doing exactly what like people talk about when they launch a coin, like, oh, we want you to come in and buy we want you to be part of our system. So she's like showing all the shit coins that she has, like, look guys, I'm one of you, I've bought in coins in the past. You know what I mean? Like, it's making me mad. And and the more like it's kind of like set up and like kind of orchestrated, makes me really fucking sick. So I don't know, dude. Ovi, will you be buying Hudah?
No. Nah.
I will be.
Can I just say that's a weird take for a
Mine?
Yeah, for a Kamala supporter.
Well, I mean, I'm not. We can drop the Kamala, dude. It's over. It's over, dude.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right.
Okay, we got just a few minutes left, Henry. I know you got a boogie in a few, and Ovi, you.
Oh, by the way, Peanut hit 120 million today.
No shit.
Rest in peace, our little squirrel friend. 122 million. I saw that.
I did not like.
I'm
that
still
meme.
riding. I'm still riding a bit.
I didn't like the meme the day that we talked about that. It was at like what? Was it $1 million or less than $1 million or something? Like
I think I got in at 6.
Okay. I could have bought it, but I was like, nah, fuck it. I don't like the meme, but
we'll hit some other great memes, some great ones. OSF, what are some of your favorite memes out there, or memes with a token?
I really like Mog. I've been in Mog for a while. I think it just fits into like the whole Murad thesis, and it really is like a kind of cult. I actually really liked Peanut. Haven't owned any of it, but it was just like perfect timing with the elections, and just pretty sad. I mean, like,
and Trump. I mean, like, what didn't JD Vance say? Like, we're really upset about Peanut and stuff like that. Like, there was a bunch of movement on that. So that was.
I mean, just poor Skrill getting shot. Like, what's going on?
Did they shoot him?
Like,
they
killed him. They killed him. I don't know if they shot him or not.
Okay. I was like, wow, that's savage.
Yeah,
he would have exploded.
I think he bit one of the people trying to capture him, and they had to like put him down to test for rabies. Still not cool. But
Pixar should do a film of Peanut.
I'm
dude. Big opportunity for one of like the Web3 media companies. Like, let's let Moonbirds roll with that.
You can have that if you want.
Yeah. Under Rekt, Peanut the Squirrel.
Yeah,
Peanut gets wrecked.
Wreck nuts, dude.
Dude, come on, that's an idea right there.
Henry, it's a little bit too bright in your screen. Is there any chance that you can possibly like make it darker?
I think I need to get those like LED lights and string them on the back of these carpets because it's the time change, dude. The time change.
Yeah.
Obi Henry owns a rug store, an actual rug store, and we're trying to get him to launch a rug token or something. People can shop with it or something too, but that's also
people have been asking for that. I'm just afraid to do it.
You should 100% do it. I'll buy a rug.
Yeah. The problem is, like, I just know what the chart would look like, and it would either be so pathetic that I'd never want to tell anybody I launched it because nobody bought it, or it would do one of these and then just that like red candle on Hudah, and that's what people will know me for. Like, oh yeah, you launched the rug, and although I guess that kind of makes sense.
All right, for again, a couple minutes to go for shits and giggles. Price predictions for Bitcoin this year, and then let's just even play fantasy, like peak of the cycle and when that is. We can go, Henry. I'm curious yours. We'll just go in order.
For this cycle, I'm saying 130k.
130 million. You were about to say
2 million. No, 130k.
And when do you think peak comes?
Spring.
Spring.
Yeah, I could say anything. Who cares?
That's true.
3 years from now, before the next halving. That's my thought.
I like it. Ovi, how about you?
I'm gonna say 205. 205k.
I love your prediction. I love your prediction. By the way, they make me
and when?
I think it will happen Q1 next year, like February, end of Jan, February, that kind of time.
Yeah,
pretty soon, I guess.
Yeah, it's coming up. Do we hold or do we sell? That's the question.
Oh man,
you have to. If you make loads of money, you have to take some profits, I think.
Can I ask a question though? Like, Ovi, you've heard, and Henry and Hudah, whatever. I mean, you can answer too. No one will care. But Ovi, you've heard the predictions of like millions of dollars per Bitcoin, right? Do you think that is a pie in the sky type of bullshit that people just say to pump it up? Or do you actually think that is inevitably something that could happen?
one day I think it can. I think for that to happen, and it can only really happen with Bitcoin because I think it has qualities that none of the other coins have. But if you have a world where it's a strategic reserve currency for sovereign nations across the world, then absolutely this thing could be a whole 20x plus, which puts it into the millions, I think. So I do believe that. And especially in this world where like we had inflation as an issue last year, I reckon inflation comes back as an issue because everyone's cutting rates now as well. Like,
Yeah,
it's an asset that's proven value over what now, like 12, 13 years, I think. And you just need like people outside of our world to get on board with it. And we started to see that with ETFs, BlackRock, etc. Pension funds now have some Bitcoin through the ETF. So I do think, in the next 10 years, it's just going to be one of the best investments. It's hard to extrapolate that to the rest of crypto because you may think, oh, so I'll buy ETH or I'll buy Sol. But, ETH was great last cycle and I'm looking at this cycle. Now it's all about Sol. But what happens next cycle if there's like a new token or whatever? But Bitcoin will always be there because I think sovereign nations will own it.
And I think one thing we've learned today is if Bitcoin price starts to drop, we know that you're secretly doing burpees in your house and that you need to cut that shit out because we need it to go up. But yeah,
or we get his ass back on here and we do the burpees to pump it back up.
That's
Well,
true.
we got it. It's something we do have to figure out. Interesting.
Guys, I gotta fly. I hate to cut it off. I'm gonna fly. Ovi, great to meet you.
That's
amazing success.
Thanks, Henry.
I won't. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave instead of doing long goodbyes. But Joe, before I go, Joe, just one thing.
Don't even do it. Go ahead. By the way, I'm so glad that no one cares that
I remembered what
my price prediction. Everyone's like, who gives a shit about his price prediction?
Joe,
let's move on. What,
Joe? What is your price prediction?
My price prediction is, first of all, I don't know what Q1s or Q2s are, so let's just say Q13. I think it's going to be $83,000, and
it's going to be $83K tomorrow morning. Oh wow! Look at this guy.
What a fucking
he just ditched you.
I'm so sorry. No, I think that. Apologies. Who cares what I think? $1 million I think is going to be my top. But honestly, I think it's probably gonna be like 150. That would be my prediction.
I like that. Yeah. I like that too. All right, Ovi, what's coming up for everything in your ecosystem? Also, congrats on the Red Bull Racing, the Velocity Series pieces you did. Fucking incredible. It was really cool to see you there. So GG's on that. And congrats. Yeah, what's coming up with you and either Rekt guys? All of it. Rekt drinks, Rekt brands.
Yeah, look, we have more stuff coming for the Rekt ecosystem this year, and now that we've launched the drinks, so fingers crossed we'll see how that stuff goes. And yeah, I think that will be without giving too much away, that will be the main focus. And we'll have, for the drinks, we have 2 new flavors we've done and hopefully going to be producing this year as well. We'll have a big presence in Miami for Art Basel as well. If you guys are there, more than welcome. We'll have a drink. Hopefully have our drinks in lots of different places. So yeah, it's an exciting point because we've just sold these drinks. We've now had proof of concept, and I think we can go out there and make this thing really big. And to me, it sort of feels like the Pudgy Penguins moment when they sold all those toys on Amazon, right? And everyone's like, oh wow, like people actually want to buy these things. I think that's our moment. So we really have an opportunity to make it something big, and we'll see how it goes. Just going to go full effort into it and see if it works, basically.
Yeah, you look for more ways what's your dream? Like, is it? I think that you were saying that you want it like in like the stores and stuff like that. Like, you really want to kind of take it to the next level. Yeah,
I think we just wanted. The whole point of it was like, how do we get the Rekt brand in as many places as possible? And with a drink, you can mass produce them very cheaply. And now we've sold like 222,000 drinks, right? So 222,000 times someone's going to hold a can that literally has Rekt on it with a Rekt guy on it and drink it. Like, that's such a massive like brand like activation for us, like to a way greater magnitude than we've ever done or had. So if we can get these drinks into like retail stores, supermarkets, pubs, bars, clubs, festivals, that's just like so accretive for the Rekt brand, and that's definitely going to be the aim, I think, over the next 12 months.
Incredible.
Can I just say thank you to Ovi, that huge fan. I had such fun today. Thank you so much for coming. And you know, it was great to see you again, and and I'm a huge fan. So thanks for joining us, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot for having me. Thanks, Hudah. I'm glad I remembered you eventually, Joe. But I think that's a compliment to you for how
Yes.
for how good you look now. Not saying you look bad before. I'm just saying you look good now.
No, it was terrible. I mean, it was gross. Quite frankly, I wouldn't have talked to. I wouldn't have been friends with me either, Ovi, at that point. So yeah, you're right. It was. Oh, I wish we got to talk about the fucking combat shit. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? We'll do the review thing. You're welcome back anytime. Anytime you guys have updates. So yeah, dude, congrats on the success.
Good luck with the future.
Yep. Thank you. And we'll be reporting on it every step of the way, sir. Much respect. Follow OSF at OSF_Rekt. Do that now. And then you can follow us at CryptoSlam.io, both on X. Guys, have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Fuck, what time do I do that show? 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'll see you then, guys. Have a great evening. We'll see you.
Cheers, guys.
Hang on. Do you guys have the audio? Do you hear the song this time? Fuck yeah.
We're the non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the call. We don't care about dollars or the shiny place. We're just holding to zero. It's all every day. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We gon' make $1, we'll celebrate. We're the zero holders, so after we say, zero holders, so after we say, zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible is the live in the tree. The zero is our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Okay, all right. Okay, I realized something here. I've known this for a while. So OSF, we're fucking idiots, and as you've come to know.
Yeah.
So we do the show and then we do the outro song, and then some people that are watching don't know, but we actually then stick around and we just shoot the shit for a while. But what I realized is when I have guests on, especially my morning show, they don't know what the fuck to do when I do the ending and when to leave or whatever. And it dawned on me then, I should probably give people a heads up.
Yeah, tell them get the hell out of here.
That's all good. I love that ending song, by the way. It's pretty cool.
Could you hear it?
Yeah, I could hear it. Who did that?
So Suno, that AI app. Dude, I make songs all the time with that. I've got a Beanie theme song. So yeah, just any topic that's going on, I'll have it make lyrics for me, or I'll have ChatGPT do the lyrics, and then I'll go to Suno and just give it like the vibe of the song, and dude, a minute, and you get a theme song.
And it usually sounds rock and roll, Ovi. Like we've gone through phases where like his setup is fucked up. What did you not deal with it, Hudah?
It's a couple things, and I didn't want to mess with it now and have it cut out entirely.
Yeah,
but I'll work on it.
It usually sounds really fucking badass, though. So
real badass.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
awesome. Well, it's 11:15 p.m. my time here, so I'm gonna bounce. But thanks very much for having me, guys. And yeah, I'd love to, whenever you are lacking a guest, I'd love to come back on and have a really good time. So it's good. It's a lot of fun.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for coming, bro.
Peace.
Bye.
I don't really want to talk to you guys now.
Remember when he said that I was like really good looking now? That was fucking cool.
That was cool.
Cool. Yeah. I thought, yeah.
I mean, should we talk about Henry just being like really unprofessional about like, all right, man, I gotta go, dudes.
By the way, I had a call, and then once I disconnected, I looked at my phone and they just messaged saying, can we push it 1 hour?
That's cool.
I was like, yeah, fucking of course.
So how are you feeling, Henry? You pumped or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Congrats.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? The short-lived, like my wife conceding the election to me, it was then it's like, and Donald Trump's not going to help with our health insurance. Like, yeah, well,
don't Henry, don't worry. You're gonna have a daily reminder from me when shit does not work out. So it'll be miserable for.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I was voting crypto when we got out of the car yesterday to vote. I think I told you. I already told you what I said to my family. And in the end, I said I'm voting crypto. And like, fuck, Bitcoin jumped 6K.
Yeah.
Like, it's got that kind of effect. Now, we may be in World War III. I don't think so, by the way. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he's
and guess what? He won the election and lots of people voted for him. So like there's that, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the Democratic Party has a lot of work to do for people to start thinking that they actually care about them.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying with that. I saw this stat and I agree with it. And we actually talked about it a little bit, but like, thank God we got crypto, but something like, I'm just going to make up these numbers, but 50% and 20% of people in the US had economic situations which they considered severe or like really bad or moderate issues in the past 4 years. So that's 70% of Americans, right? Like, and regardless of whatever sort of like, if I'm a social justice warrior, but like any of the things that kind of are abortion or stuff like that, like maybe the fact that financial hardships happened to 70% of people within the past 4 years, like that's pretty critical for somebody. And maybe that's something that can't be ignored. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. No, it was a good victory for the Trump crowd, and I just am curious to see what happens.
Yeah, and the other thing was like, I feel like a lot of empathy towards like with the whole Haitian thing, the whole Puerto Rico women with abortion. But guess what? The majority of all of those things didn't matter to the people that it actually, or it didn't matter as much as putting him in, which a lot of the votes went that direction. So like, it's not my deal to take those battles on for people. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they were surprised at how that was the issue. You know what they ran on were not Trump and abortion. I think that's what was a lot there. Of course, other stuff though, we didn't get a lot of clarity from either one of them about a lot of things. But I think it just didn't hit the way. I think the economy just mattered more to people. Whoever's responsibility it is, who knows? It could be Trump's responsibility. It could be Biden's. Who knows? But,
yeah, I think you're right. And I do think that, the sad thing is that like a lot of the policies that were Democratic, like a lot of the infrastructure acts, inflation now just becoming kind of baseline now, like he's coming in with a little bit of a clean slate, which will probably bode well for him. And then he'll probably enact policies which kind of mortgage the future to a certain degree for the short-term benefits, which we can try to take advantage of financially if we choose to. But there is that type of thing which might make him seem smarter than he is. So when the next Democrat that has to deal with it or whoever has to deal with it, it's like, oh, hardships dealing with inflation, because, inflation during this Democratic thing was fucked up, right? Like it was just not cool to have to deal with a lot of these groceries and stuff like that. So, but away from politics, I thought that it was really fucking. How did you guys feel about having our first guest on?
Oh, dude, he was awesome. We've seen him enough out there to know he's fucking awesome. But it was great. It was great to get him to vibe here. You know what? Like he is. He's I'm trying to think of the right word. Like he's a quiet guy. Like in general, he's just like, and the vibe was fucking awesome. Like he's just a lot of fun. He was a lot of fun. He brought some energy. I think that was it.
Henry?
I like him.
I have nothing but great things to say about him.
Yep.
Yeah, I had fun too. Was I annoying? I could be annoying
always.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Not like annoying where I'm like fucking hell, bro. But like probably the same annoying that I am.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Like the good annoying, right? Like it's Joe annoying.
It's like, hey, I know this guy's a little fucking annoying, but like whatever. Yeah, I like him.
It was honestly, the Joe charm was there. It was awesome.
Oh, nice. Good. Yeah, I actually thought it was
thought you were gonna try to suck his dick. I'm not gonna lie.
No, honestly, and me, guys, when someone's cool and a good dude, I am going to not hold back my positive vibes for somebody. And also
For sure.
when I don't like somebody, I'm not going to suck on their fucking dicks because I'm going to let you know that I'm not a huge fan of those.
Those
So,
lips are only going on quality dicks.
yeah, exactly. And I would just say that, like, I thought it was a fun show. I thought the vibes were pretty cool. I thought it moved well, so I was very pleased with how it went. And
If I'm being totally honest and critical of it, what I feel like is that I didn't come with any questions, and both of you had questions ready to go.
Yeah.
But maybe that's my thing. Is like I
Yeah.
just feel like I just showed up and I didn't have a lot to add.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. You had you brought nothing. I would agree with that. I mean, you
Yeah,
said
it's
it.
fair.
I did not.
Yeah, yeah. I can be
No,
critical.
but it was good. I thought that, like, if you could have asked one or two questions, which was whatever, but like
Yeah.
as long as the vibe is good, as long as we're having fun, and you were in there talking, and I thought you added interesting, cool things, and I thought it went well.
I
So
realized quickly it was you and Huda asking the questions. I did not do homework, and it was okay. I was
and
okay with that.
I've had experiences with him in the past. So
Sexual.
yeah, in college we found ourselves drunk one night, and you know, no, I'm just saying that, like, I'm interested in his storyline, so I inevitably have questions that I'm curious about. So, like, I was like, oh, he's a dad, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, oh, he's a dad. I'm kind of curious on how that goes. And I just get in like, that with V Friends. That was my job, is to be interested in people. So, like, I definitely have an interest towards his story and stuff like that. So, and he was one of the good ones. Really great guy. Him and Joy was another really amazing guy. And
Oh, I like Joy a lot.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, it's easy to like him. So that good job.
That's a great way to put it. It is easy to like.
Yep. It was cool. He said he'd come back too. That's awesome. That's
mean,
Oh,
maybe the best
and we're gonna
thing.
get some Rekt drinks. And you know what? Maybe I'll send him a Genkai hoodie.
There
Well,
we go.
Oh yeah, I got to send you my address. A couple things on that. Let's not, even though we've already tried to influence him to give us stuff, now that he mentioned it, I don't think we should try to ask for anything. We should probably just wait till we can buy it. But you know, whatever. I'm just saying, I don't want
What?
I don't want to.
It's a weird tactic, Joe.
This fucking, I don't even understand it. Now that he's offered it, we don't want it.
Now turn it down.
I just don't want to be like,
no.
Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah, never invite him on the
It's
show
promotional
again.
shit. They all like, we have promotional stuff, Genkai hoodies. Like, it's promotional stuff. It's marketing.
I think that I don't know if you guys know this about me, but like my main concern is I don't want to feel like a burden to anybody ever, even though sometimes I set myself up to feel like that burden. Like, I don't, like, once he was like, yeah, I'll give it to you, I'm like, oh, no. There's no need. We'll pay for it. We'll fucking do what, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be any of a burden to anybody ever. So, like,
That's
it's
amazing.
tough for me to
Joe's in Discord opening tickets. Hudah, DM him from your account. DM from
Yeah.
Crypto. Get him. Okay, wow, we got him on the show now. No, we don't want anything. We're kidding. No, sir.
Just wanted to know we could. That's all.
It's so true. It's so true. Whatever. Yeah, I'm dying to try it. If it's easy and he wants to, that's amazing. I just don't want to bother anybody and do any of that. And
More than the drink, because I'm with you. I'll just buy it when I see it. And,
Yeah,
but
I would say
I
that-
want him back on the show. He was fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, he might not.
Unrelated to this. Just so like we have credit lines with carpet manufacturers, right?
Okay.
And I had to send an application into one today. They approved it. I only asked for a $2,000 credit line because, like, I'm only buying like small stuff for them.
Mm-hmm.
They said, you only want $2,000. We were hoping you would request more. Thinking, like, if you want to give somebody a bigger credit line, just do it. Is it weird to think that they were hoping we would request more? It's just that's a weird email to get to me.
Yeah. I don't know. This seems totally off topic.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I
just got the email, so it was
more credit for them. They're always going. It's like if you buy a coffee. They're like, hey man, you know, if you buy 2 coffees, you'll, you know, like, it'll be half price. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's that. So I think that they're just wanting a higher credit in order for you to potentially buy more shit to profit off of them more. I don't know.
Yeah, I had somebody message me this morning about would I be willing. A guy at the gym, his son wanted to know if I could look at his shit coin that he launched called
No.
something Trump. Not Trump, but something Trump, but it's like a Pepe Trump. It's got like a website. It's on Dex Tools, market cap of $7,000. It's like, oh my gosh, no.
A lot of
Anyway.
Trump tokens.
Trump? Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah, there's a bunch of Trump tokens. Yeah.
I've heard
What
that.
is Trump?
So I think it's just a play on Trump, you know, just
Yeah.
make it sound stupid. Pepe, Trump, you know, kind of like that, like Trump.
Bowden?
Yeah. Yeah, like Bowden, stuff like that. Yeah. Just you make it sound stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, super stupid.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool
I'm gonna
shit.
fly, guys.
Yeah, same. Love you, boys.
Hey.
That was awesome.
Yeah, love
Yeah,
you too.
awesome. Great job, Henry. Congratulations. I think you were an intricate part of today, so I thought you actually did a great job, and that's great.
Oh, thank you. Both of you did wonderful, and I look forward to tomorrow. By the way, Enzo can come on tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I don't
shit.
I don't know if we want to space out guests more,
No.
or if we just want to have.
No, we bring them because that should put the pressure on to keep bringing them.
Oh, wait. I got something to say about this, though. Hold on.
You got a question
Henry.
about it?
I got a question, Henry. This is
Yes.
directed towards you a little bit, though. It's first of all, I'm not happy that Hudah just jumps in, just fucking yeses it immediately. Don't mute me, okay? What was it? You said that Enzo wants to be on tomorrow.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
whenever. He didn't say tomorrow. I just said tomorrow could be.
He
a
said
good
he
day.
can be on tomorrow.
He could. Yeah.
Okay.
You want to think about it and text me back and just let me know if you approve the request.
I mean, it is kind of weird. We get our first guest one day, and then like the next. Now we're like, oh, let's do guests. I mean,
We could space it out. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. Like we could totally space it out.
okay. Whatever. I mean, I'm open for whatever. It's obviously I'm awesome at dealing with guests, so I'm fine.
I won't have questions because it's not going to be like an interview. It's more going to be like
You can just chill.
commenting.
Shoot the shit.
Yeah.
talk your
This
face.
isn't like hey said. Yeah, it's just like.
Hold on. Are you
shoot
gonna
the
bring?
shit.
Are you gonna bring your guest on and then not talk that much? Like you're gonna leave it upon us to deal with that?
No. If Enzo's coming on, like, of course I'll be chatty. I mean, I work with him every day. We work like really close with each other,
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
and he knows Hudah. I don't know if you guys have chatted on a call before. I think no.
No.
Me and Enzo, probably.
Adsy, you have. Adsy, you have.
Yeah.
It might have been Enzo. I don't know. Okay, that's cool.
Good shit.
Nope.
I got a question, Henry.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to steal Joe's bit.
No, it's fine, and it's not even a bit. I do have a question for you, Henry.
Oh, hit him.
Oh man, I don't want to go home. Oh, he left.
I like that's his new thing. He just hangs up. Yeah. I like that.
I
I
like
like that
it.
better.
I like that too.
Yeah. All right. I love you, man.
Yeah, love you too, dude.
Have a good
See
night.
ya.
Peace.
You too.
Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow morning. Peace.